You know, when parts are pre-finished, you don't get a second chance. Today on Woodworking with Wes, we're putting together our kitchen island, and it is done in such a way that we can't do the finish afterwards, so the way you put it together really matters. Now, technically this is not a kitchen island, it's a peninsula because it's connected on one side. I've gone ahead and assembled some of the interior cabinets already. We're going to have openings from both sides, and it will be finished on 3 sides. Let's go ahead and get things started put together. Now, one of these cabinets will turn around like this, and they'll be tied together this way so that we have our openings facing both directions. Let's start there. We started by clamping the 2 cabinets together. This cabinet, of course, faces the other way. This one faces forward here. We're going to tie the 2 cabinets together with 1¼ inch grabber screws. Let's go ahead and put one in. And we'll cover the screws with, this is called a fast cap. It's a self-adhesive cap that covers our screws. We'll go ahead and tie these 2 cabinets together and get them covered. This is the toe kick. It has to be attached next. When we deliver and install, we'll take the toe kick off and attach it to the floor and then reattach it to the cabinet. We'll attach it through these blocks here to the underneath side of the cabinet, lining it up where it needs to go. Again, 1¼ inch grabber screws. Like that. Once our cabinet is installed, a finished toe skin will give it that oak finish that we're looking for. This is the side of our cabinet that faces the kitchen. This is the end. You can see the toe kick is attached. This is the finished panel that we will be attaching to this side of our cabinet. Our corbels are there for an overhang, the countertop overhang, and that will give that additional support. Let's go ahead and slide this into place. We'll be attaching it with 18 gauge 1.5 inch nails and color puttying afterwards. Our end panel will be attached by screwing it on from the inside of the cabinet to give it a good secure hold. We'll slide our face frame up against the cabinet like this. You can see why this would be so hard to finish afterwards. The reason the toe kick was attached is the back side of this cabinet here goes all the way to the floor. And so we had to have the toe kick in place in order to have support for our bottom rail. This will have false doors. This door will open for additional storage. This is just a 1/4 inch back. We want to make sure that our nails don't go through into the inside. This line here is our fixed shelf, so we can put a nail here. We know we can put nails up at the top because we have support, and we have our floor of our cabinet about this height right here. We'll measure and get that correct so that we can get all our nails put in places that make sure that they don't come through to the other side. Just like that. We've clamped our end panel up tight against our cabinet. Just like we said, we're going to attach it by putting some screws on the inside to pull it up tight. We've got to face off the edge of our shelf, and we're just going to use our 1/4 inch edge banding like that. Put it on. 23 gauge headless pins. We're going to be filling our nail holes with color putty. Just a soft putty that is color matched to the work that we're doing. You just wipe it in with your finger like that. Then I always come back with just a paper towel and buff it up, and our nails disappear. This is the face frame that goes on that faces to the inside of the kitchen. This return panel right here connects into the panel right next to it and creates the corner. We put a 3x3 corner so that any of our drawers or doors hardware will pass. So we always, whenever we have a corner like this, we make a 3x3 corner to allow for it. We're going to be gluing our face frame I've put some spacer blocks down here to help me hold it in place while I nail it, and then we'll just face nail just like we did the backside, color putty, and finish. And again, our facing to our shelves is our 1/4 inch edge banding, nailed on with 23 gauge headless pins to give it a nice finished look all the way around. With our cabinet all together, you can now see how it's all come together. Our corbels up top that will provide support for our countertop overhang. Our storage underneath the back side. Like I say, 2 false doors here that will match the door for our opening, give it a nice finished back. Here's our end panel. That looks good all the way to the floor to provide a nice finish to the back side of our cabinet. Here's our side that faces the kitchen. 3 doors on this side, a pair of doors for our large opening, a single door for the small opening, but all 3 are exactly the same size, so it'll give a nice look with all 3 doors matching. I wanted to point out a little overhang on the end panel. That makes a nice finished end for the door that will go right next to it. Okay, one of the things I'm sure you noticed and I wanted to point out is our cabinet is not very deep for a large cabinet with a countertop on it. That is because in this particular kitchen we needed to have a little more room to the interior of the kitchen, and so we made a peninsula that was only just 15 inches deep, and the countertop allowed room for seating behind it, gave additional storage, but also made more room for the interior of the kitchen. Looking good. Well, I hope you enjoyed the build of this cabinet as we continue through our kitchen, and we'll see you next time on Woodworking with Wes.